What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 4, Force, Season 1, Episode 3. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with where it ended last week, which was with him and Liliana just ending their fight for the second time in the place. Okay. And so he found the drugs at the end, remember? So now he's trying to have a conversation with her, like, where did you get these drugs from? And Liliana tells us that she popped some big guy and took all of his drugs, basically. Killed the guy, took the drugs. Okay? Well, for this kind of weight, they're going to be coming after you, because after he looks and finds how many bricks she has, I think she said she had 12 bricks and they had $35,000 a brick. Like, hell yeah, they coming after you. Well, she doesn't seem to be too worried about it, but Tommy know how this goes. Oh, well, that's your funeral, not his. But we got all these drugs. Tommy got some money that he need to be making. You know what? So he's like, okay, we can go into business together and we can move this weight, and get your money, split it and go. And she was like, she always work when there's some money involved. Okay. So now we fancy some sort of partnership, however short it's going to last. Liliana goes and takes off all her clothes, when Tommy sees her, he's like, yeah, you don't do it for me. She was like, oh, fuck you, I don't fuck white boys. Okay, but the first rule of when we cutting is that you don't get it on your clothes. Okay, he was up in management too long, he don't even remember how it goes. She's like, listen, watch and learn from a pro. So she's showing him all of the things, mixing up the shit, pouring this out, weighing this, doing this. And he was like, damn, if me and Ghost knew you was this good, we would have put you, on the line. But oh well, she was out there on the streets. And speaking of Ghost, is Ghost coming down here to Chicago and helping you, get some shit started off out here? And he's like, Ghost is dead, and she was just like, oh shit, did you kill him? And he was like, nope, but I couldn't stop it either. So then she could tell that he was bothered by it. So, she was like, well, sorry for your loss. All right, but back to business. So how we gonna work this financial thing out, seeing as these my drugs that you stealing from me and forcing me to work with you? And he says, well, you know what, he was thinking 70-30. And she was just like, yeah, I'm not the same Liliana that you know from back in the day. Okay, no, today's Liliana say this is 50-50 right down the middle. And Tommy was like, that's fine. The way Tommy see it is we can move as much of these drugs as we can and make as much money as we can, because I think he still figures that they coming to get her any damn way. So then she's like kind of thinking about it, like, why are you trying to help me, Tommy? He was like, don't worry about it. You alive now. Okay, I didn't kill you, so just be happy about that. She pour him a little drink, tension's a little high, and they toast to Ghost. After that, Tommy goes to see his brother, okay, with a couple of pizzas. Have a couple of slices with him, shoot the shits. Look around Granny's place. Hey, who's paying for Granny's stay at the nursing home anyway? And the brother says, like, yeah, I don't even really know. I just assumed she had a trust set up. Okay. But, you can probably ask your mom. Tommy was like, yeah, no, nothing doing. I done already told you that lady is out the picture. Okay. The brother shows him around the house. He's living in the grandmother's place. Remember, shows him around the house, even still has the little notches in the wall where she charted her grandkids' height, and there goes Tommy right there, well, I'll be damned. Okay. Anyway, Tommy trying to give brother this money. Brother say, yeah, it don't feel right. He don't want to take this money. Okay. And Tommy was like, you need this damn money. All right. And, but brothers, like I said, don't want to take it. Tommy's like, listen, give me a number. Everybody got a number. Let me know what it is that's going to help you. So the brother was like, $196,000, 220. I said, it sure didn't take long for them to convince you. And you went from no to 196,000 damn dollars. I mean, you didn't even try to act like you was going to say no, So Tommy was like, fuck, that's a whole lot of money. Okay. But look, Tommy got all these drugs. He can go move this weight, So, hey, I think Tommy just likes the thrill of making the money. Okay. Fuck. He gonna give it to his brother anyway. So anyway, Tommy was like, listen, just hold on to what I gave you already. I'm gonna see what I can do. Okay. And for all of the no's that the brother had earlier, well, he's holding on to that money. Next day, Tommy's with Liliana. We ready to get this whole thing started. He got out his paperwork, his map of the city and all of that. He was like, okay, so Flynn got up at the top and CBI got down here at the bottom, at the south. Okay, so they got the north, CBI has the south. And she was like, look at you, you got in good with the Flynns already. He was like, oh yeah, we real close, we real tight, a little sarcastically. But anyway, he was like, Tommy want to work in the middle of all of that, okay? And she was like, yeah, the whole thing is, though, the white boys don't fuck with the black and the brown boys. So that's why they up there in the north, and that's why CBI's down at the south, and Latinos and the blacks work together, and the white. And it's always been that way. Well, Tommy don't see it that way. You know what? He ain't from there. He wasn't born in them lines, so he ain't got to stay in them lines. Okay, as far as Tommy is concerned, everybody need to work the fuck together because we all trying to get to this wet. Shout out to Stevie J. So he's like, yeah, he don't understand this whole division of white and black and brown, okay, because we all thinking about the damn green. Well, she was like, well, that's just how Chicago rolls, okay? Well, that ain't how Tommy rolls. He ready to get these drugs out there, you know, we got to get the pipeline moving. And she was just like, Tommy, I'm trying to warn you, they don't mix. And he was just like, they gonna mix or I'm just gonna do it, I'm just take over and do it all. I was like, look at Tommy. This is always the shit that Ghost was talking about. Tommy just act like he could just conquer the world. I mean, I guess you gotta believe in yourself, right? Now let's jump over to Vic. So Vic goes to the police station, child. Vic got to be paying the police station all this money to get his boys out, okay? This is the shortcut, you know, bailing system. We don't get the judges and shit involved. We just go pay the police. So he pay all his money, get his boys out, and they get snapped up on the streets, okay? He was like, it's all right. You guys go on and get in the car. I'm going to get us some breakfast, okay? Then he sees his boy, the police. I think this is the same black guy that was in Diamond's shop that was harassing him, you know, low-key harassing him. And Vic was like, hey, what's up with, like, we pay you so that you can, you know, that our people don't get bothered on the fucking streets. Like, what is this? And the cop was like, you know, hey, it's not up to me. You know, that's up over my pay grade. You know, classic, like he got an attitude. He a dirty cop. He working with the damn gangsters and shit. But he also don't really like Vic. And, you know, it's all this tension and shit. And so the black guy tells him that, the black cop tells him that, yeah, that's an alderman issue. That's not a cop issue. You're going to have to take that up with the alderman. I said, Alderman Davis from Good Times? That's the only alderman I know anyway. Vic realizes that we got a problem here. So he goes back home and he talks to old Daddy Flynn, Walt Flynn, and his sister Claudia. And he tells his dad, like, yeah, I talked to the black cop and he told me that it's the alderman that's giving them these problems. Old Papa Flynn is just like, well, as long as they don't mess with us. I'm giving you guys my best Irish. Well, as long as the feds don't mess with us, then I'm about to work on my Irish, you guys. Papa Flynn ain't too worried about it. But Claudia has a problem with this whole thing. On top of all of these problems that, you know, they getting out there on them streets, their profits are down 12% in the last 6 months, you know. And Papa's like, it don't matter. That's not it. It doesn't matter. We're going to pick it up. Stop. And of course, while Daddy is trying to convince her of all of this, he coughing his damn lungs out and all. I mean, you know, she's like, you know, are you okay? And he's still coughing, like, you know, waving her off. And she's like, maybe you need to stop smoking. I said, maybe he needs to go and get his, whatever this deadly illness is, taken care of. Okay. But he's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's a little bit of bronchitis. I was like, Papa Flynn, you look like you're about to die. Like, what do you want this girl to do? Papa waves all that off. Look, and I need you to go and talk to the alderman. She's like, oh, look at me. I'm the politician now. Like, oh, I get to go and talk to the alderman, but I can't go and do the work on the streets. He's like, just go talk to the talk to the alderman. You know, get all sexied and gussied up, take them out to eat, you know, get them some wine and dine them, okay? And then if you have to, you can 69 them too. I was like, Dad, are you really just telling? He's like, put a little sugar on it, is how he put it. And, you know, she just was kind of looking like, yeah, she already knows the drill. So she goes and has the meeting with the alderman. And the alderman is not Alderman Davis, okay? I don't know this type of alderman. He's a white alderman and, you know, he's all, you know, hey, you know, it's good to see you, you know. He's all acting like he's so happy to be around her. You can tell there's some cockiness there, some arrogance there, okay? Because he, as far as he's concerned, he has the upper hand here. She was just like, I thought we had a deal. And he was like, yeah, deals are made to be changed. And she was just like, yeah, but you need to let somebody know what the fucking changes are. And really what you need to do is set the fucking number. That's the number that we pay you, and stop moving the target. And you know, he's all just like, oh, well, you gotta do whatever I gotta do. You gotta do whatever I say. And she was just like, you know, you need to stop the harassment of our people on the streets. Okay, that's what we pay you for. And if you gonna keep on continuing to harass us, then we gonna stop giving you the money. And he was like, you gonna stop giving me the money, and then you gonna find your whole family in jail. But you know, he throws in some slick little remarks in there saying how, you know what, me, you and Claudia, me and you, we have a whole lot in common. You know, we both like to eat pussy. I guess the fact that she's a lesbian or bisexual, whatever it is a secret. I guess the people aren't supposed to know that, so she kind of looks over at him. But yeah, basically he's just sort of like, yeah, you gonna give me this money, and whatever I say the money gonna be, because y'all need me more than I need you. So then that's when Claudia has to remind him, like, you know what, your cute daughter, I'm sure she loves it at Sacred Heart, whatever school she go to. You know, as soon as she mentioned his daughter, you know, he kind of straightened up a little bit. Yeah, I saw her, you know, she had on her uniform. Oh, I hated those uniforms. You know, she pulls out her phone and she shows him a picture like, yeah, this is your daughter there. Look at her uniform. It would be so sad to see it get dirt all over it. Okay, dirt, aka blood, as in we will kill your daughter if you keep up with this shit. And that's when, and only when, Alderman finally is like, oh, okay, I get it. I was like, yeah, you gonna get it today. He was like, yeah, the number will stay the same. She was like, I thought so. You know, she throw his money at him, his pay for the week or whatever, and leave us the fuck alone. Now let's jump over to Diamond and Gerard. I thought it was Gerard, I don't know. It's something like that, you guys. Anyway, they on their way to, you know, swing the bat, throw a couple of pitches at the local, I guess the school or the area where they used to play back in the day. Okay. And Diamond wants to do some good for the community. And, the brother was like, yeah, I mean, that's a way that we can do some cleaning some money, you know, and do something for the community, you know, get them some nice new track and field, and, you know, fix up to this and do all of this and that and the other. And Diamond don't really want the money to come from dirty money. Well, everything is kind of dirty. Okay. Even the place that how I got you set up was a little dirty, you know, but he's like, you think these people will care where the money come from when they have a nice, you know, area to go to and to play at and all of that? These kids deserve the same as them rich white kids up north. And Diamond can't, you know, he can't argue with that. He's still, you know, Diamond's still trying to do things differently. But oh well, you know what, we get out there, we throw the ball around, we swing the ball, you know, Diamond a little rusty. You know, the brother is teasing him like, you can't hit the ball, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, and Diamond keep on missing every pitch. Gerard wants to know if Diamond is still working with white boy Tommy. And Diamond is just sort of like looking at him like he don't really want to answer him. Okay. And Gerard was like, look, listen, we good. Like, you and I, we good. We got everything under control. Like, we don't need him. And it's clear that Diamond wants to keep Tommy around, but Gerard ain't trying to hear that. He was just like, you know, the old Diamond would have been popped that goofy, you know, that goofy white boy coming around. And Diamond was like, see, that's the whole thing. I'm not the same Diamond. I'm not the old Diamond. And the brother was like, okay, Will. All of a sudden, he got real mad. I was like, we were just having a good time tossing the ball around. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. This ain't the old days, and I'm not the kid anymore. I'm a grown-ass man that earned his seat at the table. And Diamond was like, I gave you that seat. Yeah, you did, but I made it more relevant. So all of a sudden, Gerard ain't fucking with Diamond right now, because he done got irritated about this whole seating at the table situation. So, and the whole time that they out there arguing, the cops are videotaping them have their conversation. Now let's jump over to Gloria. We get a little background on Gloria. You know, she's at the cemetery. She's visiting a tombstone. And turns out that is her mother's tombstone, you know. Vic walks up after her and she was just like, did you do this? And he was just like, yeah. And she was just like, oh, you know, my mom, you know, I tried to convince her that when she died, you know, that you was going to take care of me, you know. And then Vic was like, I saw you with him. And she was just like, is that why you did this? And he was just like, I mean, I'm trying to give you what you need. And she was like, you need to stop trying to buy me. I was just like, I can already tell that these two are gonna get on my damn nerves. Like, I am going to be sick and tired of this love-torn relationship between the two of them, because it's just like, girl, you knew what it was when you got with him. You know, she keep on telling them that they ain't gonna really be together like that. And I was just like, well, what did you want? You got with him. Once you found out that he was a big-time Irish drug dealer, did you really think that anything was going to go forward there? So now you all whining and crying about his damn job, but you the one got wrapped up with him in the first place. So I'm just sort of like, oh God. Her whole thing is that he don't stand up for her, you know, and he was just like, well, can you give me some time, you know, so that I can figure some things out? And she tells him that she don't think that she can wait. Like I said, girl, you already knew what it was. Don't be all brand new now. Now jumping back over to Tommy and Liliana go and see Flynn and Paulie. And when they're walking up, you know, Paulie is like, the nerve of this motherfucker. We tell him to get out of town and he stays. Okay, let's pop him. And you know, Flynn was like, no, let's not do that. Let me stop. He was just like, that would be rude. Okay, plus Flynn want to know what Tommy's angle is. So, you know, Tommy walks up all in his Tommy way. Like, hey, you surprised I'm still around after you told me to leave? And he was like, no, because I know fools when I see him. He's not surprised that another fool would not listen to his orders. And while we talking, fool, what are you here for? And, you know, Tom was like, I'm looking for the long money. And Flynn was like, what? I already got enough money. And he was like, no, I'm talking about, Tommy's trying to explain to old man Flynn that, you know what, your shit is antiquated. Like, right now, you need to diversify. You need to do coke and pills, and, you know, you need to spread it around and move it around and all of this. And, yeah, y'all already know that old man Flynn ain't really on that. He was like, and if I was going to do something like that, then I would sit down with the CBI boys. And, you know, Tommy was like, yeah. We all know you guys don't do business with the black folks. But I'm trying to tell you, if you give the people what they want, you know, you can ask the people for anything and they gonna pay you for it. Flynn was like, boy, you sure got some balls on you. Okay. And Tommy was like, I got balls and brains. It was such a bravado. It was so braggadocious, the whole scene. I was just sitting there kind of smirking to myself. Tommy was like, I'm here right now. What you gonna do about it? Flynn was just like, I guess I'm listening. And I just laughed to myself. I said, this is quite entertainment, because we all know in real life, Tommy wouldn't even have lasted this long, honey. Them Chicago gangsters would have been killed his ass, but this is TV. So I guess Papa Flynn is gonna give it a little, you know, a quick little dry run, see how it goes. He sends them on an assignment. And Vic ain't really with it, but you know what? Daddy said he got to do it, so that's what he's doing. You know, Tommy kind of riding him about the fact that, yo, Daddy says this and Daddy says that. You know, he's like, can you just cool out on the Daddy shit? Okay, if there's something in it that we can make some money money from, you know, and if this all work out, then I'm all with it, fine. But the whole thing is they don't work with the black folks. And, you know, Tommy was just like, oh yeah, I know you guys have a problem with him. He was like, no, I don't have a problem with the black folks. This is just how it's been all this time. But we all got a job to do, so Tommy and Vic are going on out on their assignment. And when they get inside, you know, you hear the music, hard house music beat going, you know, boom, 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 boom. That's my house party music. Anyway, and we see this white guy look like he's coked out. I mean, super high. He got a gun sitting on the turntable. He's doing like, he has like DJ equipment there. So he's DJing. And there's a girl on the floor like, Colin, what did you give me? Crawling. Okay, barely dressed and whatever. Colin ain't paying no damn attention. You know, so Tommy walks in. He's like, oh, this is just all kinds of fucking wrong. Like, why every time we go somewhere, some bullshit like this? So anyway, Vic want to leave. Vic is just like, fuck this. This is just stupid, you know, and Colin was like, no, you're not leaving until you get, you know, we settle our deal. And he pull his gun and shit and he puts it on Vic. So now Tommy is like, oh God, you know, here we go again. Some more light work for him. So Tommy is sitting there looking, you know, then here comes his security, Fat Tony. Okay. He pulls the gun on Tommy. Tommy pulled the gun on him, you know, and Colin's like, kill him, Fat Tony. And Tommy was like, you're not even fat. He was, yeah, I was on keto. Anyway, the shit go left real fast. Vic and Tommy takes over the whole situation in less than 5 seconds. Now Vic got Colin on the ground with the gun in his mouth, and Tommy has Fat Tony's gun. Okay, so yeah, Vic is about to kill Colin because he's an asshole mostly. You know, Tommy's like, as much as I'm enjoying all of this, like, we don't need no bodies in the middle of the day, honey. Fat Tony was like, oh, they got a freight elevator in the back of the building. You know, like, you can get rid of him real quickly there. And Tommy was like, my man, like, really? I don't think Fat Tony really liked Colin anyway. So Tommy was like, okay, Fat Tony, get the girl out of here. He tells Vic, he gives him a pillow, and he was just like, yeah, you know what? Paint these damn walls, all right? And so Vic kills Colin. So then Vic and Tommy go back to the daddy, and that old Daddy Flynn is mad that the deal went wrong. Vic was like, we got to go up north, even more. And he was like, you couldn't even do what the fuck I needed you to do in the city here. What makes you think you're going to do any better up north? Like, fool, get out my face with this mess. Get Colin back on the phone. Let's try to work this deal out. And Tommy was like, yeah, you can call him, but he ain't answering. And the daddy was just like, okay, well, go in and set up the meeting with Diamond. And I guess we're going to see what we can do here. So Tommy, on a mission, goes to the boxing gym where Diamond works out. When he walks in, hey, Diamond, fancy meeting you here. Like, oh, I used to do a little boxing back in my day too. And he was just like, Tommy, what are you doing here? And he was like, I'm here on business. Okay, I want to set up a meeting. Flynn wants to meet with you. Wait a minute, hold on. Gerard about sick of this. Diamond was like, yeah, Flynn ain't never wanted our business before, and that ain't really gonna change just because you come in here, white boy, with swag. Plus, I ain't no white man's nigga. And Gerard was like, that's right, so you better act like you don't think the same way as them. And Tommy was like, oh, I don't think the same way as them, because like I done told you, I ain't from here. All I'm concerned about is the green. I don't give a fuck if your skin black, white, or brown. So then Diamond was like, so Flynn want to talk, huh? Gerard was like, wait a minute, fuck you, we ain't doing this shit. Okay, do you know what you're talking about? Like, he looks over at Tommy like, what the fuck is wrong with you coming in here with this? No, we ain't doing this. Diamond trying to tell him that it's cool, brother. Like, just calm down. So he was like, ain't no damn CBI business going down without me. Okay, you ain't fixing to sit up here and negotiate with this white boy over this bullshit. Hence the power struggle that I've been telling you that was inevitable. We could all see it was coming. So Gerard was like, so you want the top seat here, huh? Okay. Well, let's fight it out. And, Diamond's like, little brother, like, I don't want to do that to you. I want to fuck you up like that. But, he's like, come on, let's get in the ring. Everybody out the fucking ring. Diamond tried to give him one more chance. Like, you ain't got to do this. And he was like, you know what, let's do this. Because as far as concerned, we can't move forward without this. All right, well, okay, ding ding. They get in that ring, and child, they brawling. Okay, I'm talking about good time fighting. You can tell they both can fight, but you can tell Diamond also has the upper hand. Okay, now the boys is all watching from the side, including Tommy, and one of his boys was like, use your legs. And Tommy was like, use your legs. And next thing you know, Gerard kicked Diamond in the damn side right here, that kind of wobbly up a little bit, Diamond a little off, And he was like, yeah, you ain't know I had that right kick on that ass, did you? You getting a little woozy, you're a little nauseous and all of this. Tommy was like, what's this bullshit, this MMA mess y'all coming up with? No, we just fight with our hands. Once Diamond get his marbles back, he gone and beat the hell out of brother, and was about to hit him with the finishing move. But remember, this is his younger brother, so we don't do that. Okay, so the brother was like, so you got the top seat. Okay, heavy is he who wears the crown, or whatever he tried to say. You just got your ass beat. Don't be sitting up here trying to warn him now. I think Diamond is clear on how heavy the crown is. So Diamond was like, okay, Tommy, set up the meeting with Flynn. When Tommy goes back home, Liliana's like, I need to leave out of here. It's depressing. You ain't got no food, nothing to drink, like all of this. She want her money, her half of the money, and she want to go. Tommy is not going to give her half of the money. As a matter of fact, Tommy ain't giving her no money. That motherfucker said he keeping all of the money and he tell her to get out. Okay, because he's still concerned about these people coming after him. It's just like, I told you guys, Tommy don't give a damn about Liliana. He was just trying to make his money. But anyway, this big meeting that he sets up. So he meets Papa Flynn and Paulie and Vic at Gloria's bar. And, Diamond is there. He was like, so this is how it works. Okay, we gonna end all of these generations and generations of, the white people up there selling their drugs and the black people and the Latino people working together down here in the South selling their drugs, because we all need to make this money. This black and white bullshit gotta end. I just started cracking up. I was just like, Courtney, then this is a tall order. You guys really want us to believe that somebody from out of the whole damn state would come in there and feel like they could pull this kind of meeting and say this kind of shit to them after we done had generations of color lines? No. Okay, I was like, this is when the fantastic comes in. Okay, but we remember this is entertainment. But I was like, Courtney, okay, girl, listen, we ain't gonna give you too much of this creative license. Anyways, Vic says that they're ready to work with CBI. So this is the terms. CBI is gonna do their coke up north. Flynn's people gonna do their pills down south. It's 10% kickback. All right, on each side. And well, where do you fit in all this, Tommy? Because I know you're not doing this just because you nice. And he was like, no, he won 5% of every deal. And they was like, yeah, that's a whole lot of money you asking for. Tommy was like, well, word on the street is y'all ain't made money in a long time. And he was like, where'd you find that out? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Flynn was like, well, can we trust Diamond? Because 20 years ago, him and his people, they came and, evidently it was some shit that went down and all his glass shattered and broke and it got all in the face of Paulie's wife. And, she had to have 53 stitches to get so, okay, so they still mad about that shit. Diamond was like, I done already told you guys plenty of times that was not me or my people. Flynn don't believe him. Diamond was like, well, what about the 9 of my boys that you put in the fucking ground, that you put in the grave? Okay, and I didn't even retaliate. So this right here just give you a little glimpse of just this generation's drama. But like I said, this shit been going on for years and years and years. So Diamond was like, I'm out of here, fuck this. So when Diamond leaves, Tommy was like, wait, what the fuck, what just happened here? Like, we had a deal going on. And old man Flynn was like, yeah, see, this is what we talk about when we say we have history, new boy. We got all this other shit that we got to work through before we can even talk about sitting at a table together, And Tommy was like, you had a chance to do something that means something. Oh, sell drugs in a different area? I guess that does mean something, So Tommy walks out and Vic was like, Pop, like, this is our chance. Like, we could have did this. And old man Flynn was like, are you crazy? If anybody finds out that we working with them niggas, then we are going to be the laughing stock. We are going to be the outcast. They will not work with us. This will never work. But Vic's whole thing is, if we don't work with them, then we are going to be extinct. Okay, that 12% gonna go down even worse. But whatever, let them deal with that. Tommy rushed out and he rushed up to Diamond, was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was gonna go down like that. And Diamond was like, yeah, I did. So Diamond's out. Gloria walks up and she's like, well, I guess I don't have to ask you what you do. He was like, well, you never asked me, so like what? Okay. Anyway, he's walking to his car. And we see from, far away that he's being surveilled. They were like, oh, that's a new face. Okay, wonder if he's working with Vic and them. I guess they gonna start trying to figure out who Tommy is. And Tommy does see them like, son of a bitch. Okay, but honey, the day is still young and work has to be done. Money is to be made. Anyway, Tommy pulls off and he's driving down the street, minding his own damn business. And all of a sudden he sees this Mercedes G-Wagon following him pretty tightly. He cutting through and they following right behind him. The G-Wagon pulls up on the side of him and it's Claudia. Okay. And now this is the middle of the day. I'm about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you ask me. She cut him off in the middle of the street, child. Just cut him off. They both get out the car. She got her gun and everything. Tommy was like, does your daddy know that you out here? And she was like, my daddy ain't gotta know what the fuck I'm doing all the time. What do you want from Chicago? And he was like, I want it all. Okay, I want the money. Every last penny of it. Are you in? She was like, you a day late and a dollar short, homeboy. You about to die. My people fixing to kill you. And he was like, ooh, sounds like fun, So you can feel like there's this tension between the two of them. They all real close talking. And Tommy was like, bring it on. Like, what you got? And she was like, stick around and you'll find out. Okay, and he kind of smirking and smiling like, you gonna be the next one in my bed. I think Tommy likes her already. And then lastly, you guys, the last couple of little scenes. So we see Gerard and his boy. Is that Jeremiah? I think that's Jeremiah that you guys was telling me. That was Jeremiah last week. Anyway, he's telling him how, okay, so you threw that fight with your brother. I was like, is that what he was doing? Okay. But anyway, he's like, this is gonna break up CBI because half of them gonna go with you and half of them gonna go with Diamond. And Gerard was like, that's fine. They can do what they're gonna do then, but eventually they all gonna be with him. I was like, you think? Okay, Claudia goes back to her girl, her lesbian girl. They doing their drugs and whatnots, and Claudia's still so impressed by these drugs. Child, she got to get in on it. Okay, so the lesbian girl and her, they strike up a deal where they are going to be business partners, not the family, just Claudia and her girlfriend. And we about to move this new situation here, because if Daddy don't want to get on how beautiful these designer drugs are, then Claudia gonna do that with her girl. And then lastly, you guys, we see Tommy, he out contemplating at night. That's when he do his best, his best thinking. And he gets a text message from Gloria, are you home? Do you feel like some company? And he was like, of course. Okay, so he get on home and she meet him there, and child, is all this hot passion, and she ain't got no fucking clothes under her coat. I was like, it's fucking 20 degrees, 10 degrees, and here she walk around with titties and ass and coochie out with a nasty ass. But once she get in there, and she was like, oh, so the man that creates all the fires lives in the firehouse. How ironic. Okay, but enough about that. She don't want to hear no talks, no questions, no answers, nothing. Let's get to fucking. And they do it right there in the firehouse. Yeah, this episode was a whole bunch of me side-eyeing Courtney, but like I said, it's entertainment. Let me get off of here, you guys. I'm going to the New Edition concert later on this evening, so I got to get this edited and up to you guys, and do my little thing for the day so I can be ready to see Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Ralph. I'm excited with Jodeci and Charlie Wilson. I'll let you guys know how it went. Anyway, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.